Okay, just to give you an idea, we're going to do a dragon flying today. We did this in Photoshop, made the dragon, or made something run at night. Yeah, so now we're going to do a dragon. First thing I want you to do is you're going to open the Illustrator file that I provided, and it's going to be called dragonflying.ai. You'll open in Illustrator. It'll open by itself in Illustrator if you just double click on it. Okay, so what you should have is everything you need to make this dragon fly in Adobe Premiere. But we're starting out in Adobe Illustrator because I want to kind of review how to change the colors. Okay, so you should be able to, these are all grouped, so you won't have to group them. You just select through all the dragons. Be sure not to select the sky down here. And then you're going to go over here to your quick actions and click recolor. And this will pop up. And all I want you to do is slide it around and make it a color that you're happy with. And I'm going to go with sort of this strange color here. I might drag these in to be a little less. Yeah, so I got a purple and pink dragon. All right, cool. And I'm going to, you could do a color theme picker too, if you wanted to, or pick one of these auto things. Let's see, what do they give you? Like different options. Yeah, so just a lighter version. I'm going to go back to my version though. So let me go with many like that. And I'm going to drag it around to here to purple. So just find the color you want. I don't care what the dragon looks like, I just want you to change the color. Actually, that's too bright though. I want to go darker so I can see my dragon against this backdrop. Okay, so now I'm gonna reset it, and again change the color, and then we start. So now I've got my dragon and I'm ready to export it. This is gonna be my background export. I want to have the dragon fly all the way across the screen. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select through all of these using this selection tool. And now I'm going to go to my mouse click right, and then I'm going to go collect for export. It has multiple assets. When I do that, it should pop up and actually show me pretty much what I wanted. Now these might not be in the right order, so we're going to have to kind of play with them when we get there. You can name them again if you want to, but I would just leave them the way they are, because I think this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. Yeah, this just looks like it's backwards, so just know that we're going to start from 13 down to 2. Okay, so now I want to decide it's going to be a PNG because I don't want any kind of white background. So, and then I'm going to call it dragon here, and I'm going to export it. And when I export it, it'll ask me where I want to save it. I'm going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to go to this dragon flying folder, and I'm going to save them there. Okay, and now I'm going to export this as well. I want to export this background, so I'm just going to take it in file. Actually, let's just right click on it again. Collect for export as single asset. And it has just one asset down here, and I'm going to call it BG for background. Okay, now I'm going to open Premiere while I'm waiting here, and we're going to go check out the folder and make sure it has everything it's supposed to have. So I go into here in my desktop, and I'm looking for the dragon flying folder, and you can see that it has this 1x folder. Okay, so that's where it saved everything for us. Okay, so that's what we're going to be dragging into Premiere Pro. Now normally I would say, you know, you don't want to organize all your files and stuff, but we're going to do this. I'm going to say new project right here, and I'll call it dragon flying, and then I'm going to find the location of that folder that I just created, which is on my desktop. It's called dragon flying, which is right here, and then I'm going to just save it in there so that I have it all together. Okay, and I'm going to skip the import module, no template, and click create. Now the first image I drop in here will determine the size of my window, so I'm going to import the media. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can double click here and import it in. Some of you guys have been having trouble with that, so what I would say is open your folder like this so you see everything you need to have in there. And okay, so these assets are slowly showing up, but they're all in here. I'm just going to take this whole folder and just drop it down in here. You don't want to drop this PR project file in there. That makes no sense. That's the one you're working on right now. So now I'm going to open it up and see what I have in there. It says asset dragon 1 PNG. So I'm kind of surprised that I don't see multiple assets. Let me try with these again. Okay, let's go back and see if it did it right this time. Yep. Okay, so I have everything I need. I don't know why it didn't work the first time. Okay, so we're going into Premiere. I'm going to delete the folder that I have in there, and I'm going to go back and just take all these right here, and I can just do Command A to get them all selected, and I can drop them all in here. Okay, so the only one I'm not sure about is this one right here. I'm not sure what that is, but if you double click them, they should appear up here, and you'll see they have a black background, but they really don't. They're actually clear. Okay, I'm gonna look down here for the background, just see if I can find it. Probably up at the top, maybe. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so this is the first one I want to drop in. So I'm just going to take this and drag it down to here and drop it. So now my window is exactly the right size. I can just kind of go through and see that it's not going to change at all. I might want to give myself some more room, so I'm just going to extend it out a little bit further. Okay, so now I want to put my dragon on there. Now the dragon, I need to find step 1, which we said I think was 13. So I'm going to go to 13 and start right there, and I'm going to put my dragon right here. And then I'm going to shorten it up so you can see my dragons right here. I want to move my dragon over here in the sky a little bit more. I'm going to start him over here. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to make it smaller like this so that we can see his wings like are up here, and then they'll go to the next frame. Now to make it a little bit easier to move him along, I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to make it a subsequence, or I can nest it. So I'm going to nest it, and I'm going to call it flying. Okay, so now I've got this, and I'm going to double click on it now, and if I double click on it, it opens up by itself. Okay, so now I can start dragging the other ones in. I'm going to take 12, I'm going to drag it in here, and I want 12 to be the same length, so I'm just going to take it and shrink it up to be the exact same length, and then I'm going to move it over like this, and you can even move it up if you want to. So now if I go like this and this, you'll see they jump around a little bit. Okay, because we got to change the position of the birds. What I'm going to do is, you see these guides are on here, and I'm going to go ahead and clear them for now. You won't see those, hopefully. I'm going to go to View. Oh, I'm in Illustrator. Go to Premiere. I'm going to go to View, and then I'm going to go to Show Guides, and I'm going to just clear guides. Okay, so now I can create some guides of my own. So what I want to do is I want to put the dragon right in the middle the whole time. So I'm going to put him right here, and then I can move him later. Okay, so now I'm going to take this one and realize this one's out of place now. So I'm going to double click on this one and just move it down so it's right there in the right spot. And I kind of want to be exact. I'm going to roll in a little bit and just make sure that as he's flying, we get him centered. Okay, so now as I go like this and this, you should see him start to flap his wings a little bit. Okay, and now I want to add the next one in, so I'm going to go to 11, and I'm going to take 11 and just drag it down, make it the same length, put it beside it, and it looks like he's moved up a little bit, so I'm going to put him down. I'm going to go to 10. 10 looks very similar to that one, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. Same length. I'm going to move it down here. And if I can't get close, I just click between it and hit delete. So now let's see how this dragon's looking. He's looking like he's going up at the end here, so we got to just make sure he's down. So I'm just double click on him and move him down. And then let's keep on going. I think there may be 2 of those. I'm going to 9. And I'm going to drag this down to here, make it the same length. Drag this over like this. Do the same thing with this one. And I'm just going to keep on rolling. I want all these frames in here. And there's this one. And on 6. And I'm not going to speed it up because I want you to have time to do the same thing I'm doing. Again, if I can't get close, I hit delete. A lot of times you can just turn this magnet off and it might make it easier to get it in place without having to work so hard. So I'm just going to turn the magnet off and resize it and move it down, and yes, I can slip it in there a lot easier. Okay, and I hope I don't have any blank spots. I don't want anything in between, no gaps. This looks like the last one. I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to make it go right here. Okay, now I didn't fix everyone's location, so I'm going to go back and do that real quick. So, and what I want to kind of do is, as he goes down, I want him to sort of move up just a hair. So I'm going to use my arrow keys and just kind of bring him up a little bit. And then this one I'm going to move over, and this one I'm going to bring up too. So I'm going to bring it up a little bit, because as he flaps his wings down, he should kind of go up. So yeah, up there, I think that's too high. Maybe just a little bit higher than that though. So I'm like looking at the animation, trying to get an idea of, like, I want it to look like as he flaps down, he goes up. And then he kind of shrinks back down as he goes back down, like that. So now he'd be falling a little bit in right this spot. He'd be starting to go down. So I'm just gonna bring him back down. Use my arrow keys again after I click it. Okay, so then he comes back down. I'm not too unhappy with that. Let's play it really quick and just see what it looks like. Okay, so now it looks like he's flapping his wings. All right, now I'm gonna see this little flying thing that opened. That's my nest. So I'm gonna close that. And when I close that, you'll see that it's right here. And I need to make it longer. So I make it longer. So now it will actually look like he's on top of the background a little bit. Okay, and he does two flaps. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it longer. So I'm gonna go back in here. I double click back in here. I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna hold the Alt key down, or Option key down, while I drag and make a whole nother copy of this right over here. So now he'll go twice as far. Okay, and if I want to, I can make it even further, but I think, let's see if that's enough flying. Let's just press play. Yeah, I think this is plenty. So I'm going to click flying, and then I'm going to open this all the way up so it covers where the background is. So the background is going to go to that same spot. Okay, so now, right now he looks as though he's flying a little bit. It's a little slow. I might want to make these shorter if I did it again. But now I want to make him fly from left to right. So here's the nice thing, is because I nested all this, I can just change the location. So what I'm going to do is go up here to Effect Controls while I have this highlighted. And I'm going to say I want to mark its position. And I'm going to take the dragon and I'm going to actually move it back off the screen just so I can see the tip of its nose. Alright, so that's a keyframe right there, and it's saying I know where this dragon is right here. And by the time it's done, I want it all the way across screen, and this is making sure it's tracking it. So now I'm going to bring it all the way across screen, and then I'm all the way to the end of the video, and now I'm going to just take this X value and I'm just going to drag it until my dragon is all the way across, and I can, there, he's gone all the way across. So now there's a keyframe at the beginning and keyframe at the end. So now if I push play, it should look like the dragon's flying across the screen. And now you've seen how you can add animation into a video. And then you're going to export it. So to export it, go down here. One more step. Let's go put our name on it. So I want you to, somewhere on here, just click with the text tool. So first I have to be off of this, and then I'll click with the text tool right here. I'm just going to put Kyle Smith Don't know whether that went in or not. Let me try again. Kyle Smith. And I'm just going to move it down a little bit so I can see it. I'll put it down here at the bottom and I'll make it really small. I just want your name on it. Let's put our name someplace like, let's hide it. So let's just move it down. So go back to this one, just move it down a little bit. Actually, I think I moved it down enough thing. There's Kyle Smith. Okay, so I just put it down here, and you know, it's not great looking, but that's all right. I just want the dragon in there flying across, and somewhere I want your name on there, and just extend your name out to be the same length as the video. And I'm actually going to scale it down, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So I want to click on Kyle Smith right here, this layer, to make it active, and then I'm going to go to scale, and I'm just going to scale it down. And you see I spelled my name wrong. So I'm just going to spell it right using the text tool, and now I'm going to just move it. And actually I might put it up where you can see it. So I'll put it up here in the top. So now my dragon should fly by. Right there. And you decide that maybe isn't high enough or something like that. You can make it up higher. But mine's going to fly right through the middle. And now I'm going to click down here to make this active, and I'm going to do Command M, and I'm going to export this. So to export it, hit Command M and go to the export screen, or I can click export right here, and I'm going to call it Dragon, and it says it's going to save on my desktop. I'm going to actually save it in that folder that I created. So I got to find Dragon Flying and save. And then instead of custom, I'm going to actually make it do 1080 HD and H.264. Everything else is right. Make sure it's entire source, set to entire source, okay? And then let's go to export. And it should only take a little bit to export into that folder. And then I should be able to go to that folder on my desktop. And let's see if I can. So dragon flying, and now I think this is it right here, so I can open it up and see that it works. And then remember, this is the one you're turning in, not this one, not any of these, just that. Okay, so change color of your dragon, make it fly across the screen just like this, and I'll put name in the book for you. But this is teaching you how to do animation within a video. So you could put a video behind here. You don't necessarily need this kind of graphic behind it. And that is all for today.